Prepare to languish between the obtuse and poetic. A journey with such gravitas that your life will either be saved or destroyed. Welcome to John Rambo Presents the Show. Stay ballsy. Don't take any shit from anyone.
So just recently, he released a new endeavor out into the wilds. It was entitled A Participant, a short film. Did you know about this, OJ?
I had an inkling
You've heard
that something was happening.
What'd you think of that guy? The star of the show there.
I mean, he's a rather handsome devil, but
Did you receive any reviews for your work here?
yeah, there were a few.
The New York Times, some Yelp reviews, perhaps?
YouTube comments. And my family.
So you showed it to some people you know. You weren't embarrassed.
No, not at all. Why would I be embarrassed?
Well, we're questioning here. Looking for answers from you. This is an interrogation. Don't you understand?
Is that why these bright lights are on my face?
So who did you show it to in person? We'll get to the YouTube comments. We'll get to that later.
I showed it to my cousin Mike.
Okay.
He laughed at the part with my hand.
Wow.
He found that funny.
Bit of a you learn about people this way, you know. He's a sick man, obviously.
No, he's not a sick. Well, okay, no, he's not sick. But and I showed it to my parents in person, and they liked the film. They're like, "Oh, it's a little depressing, though, isn't it, John?"
Well, I imagine watching your son being killed at the end of the world might be slightly depressing to your parents.
Yeah, that's fair.
You typically show them everything, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
So how did this rate compare to other things?
I think they liked it a heck of a lot. I mean, it was like within their attention span, which is good. And
what is this?
What?
Those millennials, your parents.
Uh-huh.
With their short attention spans or MTV.
Their rock music.
The rock.
But so there's that, and they I think they liked that it was like you could pick out what was happening in the video without really needing any really prior knowledge of anything or whatsoever. So yeah, they enjoyed it. It was funny though because I sent the link to a couple friends. Like I sent it to a couple friends saying, if you're going to watch this, pay attention. Like don't put it on in the background because there's a lot of things in there for you to find that make the video really cool. And of course, unless I'm there like watching somebody, a friend of mine watched it at work, and then he started talking to me about it afterward. I'm like, I just sent you the link. You're still at work. You obviously weren't paying attention.
You have to stay on top of them, make sure they're watching it properly.
Yeah, I heard back from one friend who watched it at work. Another friend actually went out of their way to call me to tell me how much they liked it.
Whoa, I didn't know about this.
Yeah. Sometimes I save things for the appropriate
praise.
moment.
I need the praise, John. I have nothing else.
Oh, come on, you kick butt.
Don't withhold it from me.
Well, consider it unwithheld.
Yeah, that's interesting. I've never watched it with another person, so I haven't done that.
I think I've
shared it online.
Yeah. I think there's something really cool about being in the same room and showing it to a person, you know?
Right on, yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a lot of pressure on the other person, though, because if someone came to me like, I made this, now let's watch it together. That's a lot of pressure for me. I don't know if I could do that.
I'll have to...
and they're just staring at your face, as you're going to react the proper way to certain things.
Their eyes widening, their heads slowly tilting to the side as their mouth opens in a rictus of a smile.
And then if I don't like it, perhaps the friendship is over.
Ooh.
Or the love affair, whatever's happening between us. I don't know, but...
in some cases, both.
Well, yeah, I guess. If you like that sort of thing, but...
What, love affairs?
You're no longer my child. You didn't like my work. I don't know. It's just a lot of pressure,
You're not even my real dad.
Were there any concerns? Maybe people wouldn't like it. They wouldn't like you. Before it came out, were you nervous at all?
I wasn't really nervous. I was pretty psyched about it. I was really eager to show people this video from like the second we started making it.
Were you concerned for me, not in regards to the video, but just in general, before the video came out or now?
I mean, I'm pretty confident you're going to be okay. You're a tough guy. Is there something I should know?
Well, I don't know. It's for you to figure out.
Great.
I think it's fine. Oh man, we got so many wonderful, nice comments from people.
Oh man.
I actually was thinking about it before we put it out. And we have this, we've had this email address for years and years now. We've been around for a couple minutes at this point. Do you realize that?
A couple minutes in the grand scheme.
A couple minutes. We've been out there for a little while. I think we're just getting started, though. To be honest with you.
Sure.
It feels that way to me. It all feels brand new.
Well, that's a good feeling.
We're just starting to get going here. I think.
Chugga 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 chugga. Woo woo.
Yeah, we're on the right
Everyone
track
on the train.
Now. The right track. But we've had this email, stayballsy@gmail.com, many years at this point. I was thinking about, I'm like, man, I have so many messages back and forth with people over the years. Like, I have all of their information.
Oh, gosh.
And I was like, well, I get a lot of spam emails all the time. So let me just, like, send this video to every single person that's ever contacted this email address. You know, pretty quickly, man, I was getting messages back from people I haven't talked to in years.
Wow.
And then we got into these conversations of like, remember the art, this piece of art, you know, I made, or I would say it to them, and it was a wonderful thing. Obviously, everyone was really positive, and it was cool, man. And so I'll perhaps spam you guys again.
Oh wow.
A little more spamming, right?
Now, don't use too much spam.
We should get one of those cheesy newsletters going that has like recipes in it. It's like a monthly newsletter.
Oh gosh, we can put in those horrifying desserts I like to make.
Yeah, we could do that. We'll just have like, you know, they're like generic. Like businesses send them out.
Yeah, just don't forget people need to sign, like, I think due to crazy EU and other rules, people need to sign up for this.
No, they asked for this. They sent emails before. Oh, so I see your idea, Judd. So you want to expand this? We'll just start saying to anyone?
I didn't say that. You're saying that.
You start buying email lists from like Facebook and whoever's selling people's information?
Dude, do I look like I have $3 to spare?
But I think it'd be fun to do a newsletter that has nothing to do with any of our stuff.
It has something like crazy.
It has like our faces on it.
Oh yeah,
it's like how to properly fly a kite or something, or like a
how-to for something random.
Proper barbecuing safety tips, and then it's just like that's all. And it comes like every day.
That's a little bit more frequent than I'm prepared to put out.
Anyway, but yeah, man, we received a lot of love on this. I don't know if you looked at all the comments and whatnot.
I did.
But people are like dove in deep, like really long, well-written comments.
Yeah, and this is YouTube. Keep in mind
that ultimately made me cry.
Oh,
separate time. No, well, not like sobbing, but I teared up over like three of the comments, and I think I told you what they were.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a few of them made me tear up because it was just people just got it and took the time to write that stuff, and I think it's all I'm really looking for, John. I'd like the viewer to understand it and maybe feel something about it.
Well, I did, and I do.
So I have one comment I would like to read. This is from the great Mr. Ed Schroeder.
Ah.
This one we had to put this out there. Ed's told me many great things, a lot of inspirational messages and motivating things. But this may be my favorite thing he's ever told me, and perhaps my favorite thing that anyone's ever told me. So this is from Mr. Ed Schroeder in regards to the participant, or a participant. I'm screwing up the name. Don't even know the name of it.
I just always call it participant.
So he says, John... ... Hold on. Before I get into this, though.
Yeah.
I'm all over the place today because I'm a little tired, a little out of it. It's okay. Just bear with me, all right? Everyone just hold on tight. It's going to be okay.
I'll grizzly bear with you.
So there's a lot of foul language in this piece here. Ed used a lot of colorful language here, so I'm gonna read it. Or maybe I inspired him to he couldn't control himself, right?
Mm-hmm.
I brought it out. I bring out the obscenities in people. That's what I do. So again, from Mr. Ed Trotta. He says, John, ... You fucker.
That's what I think a lot.
This piece, whoa. What?
I'm kidding.
This piece lingers between the obtuse and the poetic. Not the pathetic, the poetic. I had to double check that a few times. With such gravitas that ... that it makes you a fucker. But that's your signature, and you can't, oughtn't, won't ever change, and you mustn't. The end.
Wow.
This is wonderful, man. If this sounds familiar to you guys, I love this so much, this became our new intro. I had him record it. And that became the new show intro. Which I had no intention of changing the other one. Even though people over the years would be like, oh, you're going to change the intro? He asked me a few times, actually. Like, do you want to record a new intro? I was like, no, it's fine. But after this, I was like, all right, well, this is it. So now you have to record it. You can't, oughtn't, won't. It won't change. It can't change. If I wanted to, it can't. And you must not, right?
Yeah, I like you just the way you are.
That's how it goes. Well, I have no choice in the matter. I can't change. Nor should I.
No, I think that's right. You shouldn't.
And just to kind of even things out, my friends, because I think in life you have it's important to, find a balance. I like to live somewhere in the middle, You don't want to get too high. You don't ever want to get too low, right? It's my philosophy. Because if you get too high on yourself, you start to rest on your laurels. Well, that laurel resting, OJ, John? Right?
Yeah, you can ask Oliver Queen about that.
And I think a lot of times maybe you're not the best.
When you think, yeah.
You're not the best, right? I think for most of us.
And there's always somebody out there.
There's always room to improve.
There's always someone out there who wants it more. But that's supposed to be encouraging, though. Yeah. Not discouraging. Like, you're not going to be the best, so if you're not, that's fine. Just be a better... You don't have to beat somebody else. You just have to beat prior you.
No matter who you are, you're probably not the worst. Which
yes.
You could be. You could become the worst.
Yes, I am not.
So it's important to have a good balance of things.
Yeah.
So just to even things out, I will tell you that we did try. There's a theater in New York. They do like a weekly set of shorts. They'll run like a couple hours a week of short films. So I put us in for that to try to get a screening. I thought it'd be kind of a cool thing.
Yeah.
We were promptly rejected. But that's all right. We got a long way to go. We got to get better. Right?
Mm-hmm.
We're on the right track, as OJ said.
Yes. In the correct train, too.
I don't know about that. So just kind of, since we're on the track, kind of take our victory lap here. I want to kind of talk about the thing a little bit.
Sure.
Get more of OJ's thoughts, but...
oh, no.
So I put these things together. I like to kind of start at the ending. Right?
Yeah.
Start at the ending if you have a good ending, and then you kind of work back from there. I don't know. I think it's in some ways it's easier. The worst, something I'm going through now is like you have an idea and you know what you want to do, but then you don't have the ending. That's kind of where I am because I didn't follow my own philosophy. See, and if you don't have the good ending, what do you got? What do you have?
You're not building towards anything, then. So meh.
You got people you may be interested in watching, and then you're like, just take them off a cliff. It's not a good look.
No.
So,
actually,
yes,
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, actually, I was watching some comedy sketches lately, and that's honestly what I was thinking. Like, you didn't have an ending.
Yeah.
Like, the sketch, and that's, it. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's comedy or drama. If the ending is weak, then, like, what are you doing here? What's your journey?
Perhaps. So, yeah, I like to start at the ending, and then I was thinking about putting some together, and it's like, what's a bigger ending than the ending of the world itself? That's the ultimate ending, right?
Pretty much.
And then it kind of became this idea of where initially the viewer, the person watching, knows the world is coming to an end, but the guy you're watching on the screen, he doesn't know. He has no idea. I told you about this stuff.
Attention. Yeah, we talked about this on a number of occasions.
And then it's, then it was kind of evolved, like maybe it's his day off. And he's like, it's his first day off in a while. He's just, so enamored in himself, in his day, and himself. And he has plans. He's doing stuff, just stuff to do around the house.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the point would be like he spent his day doing things he actually wanted to do. Well, everyone else around him was like freaking out about this.
Yeah, he has like the best day ever.
Exactly. But then I'm kind of thinking, like, what's the deeper meaning here? It's like ignorance is bliss or something, which isn't really something you want to, I don't know. Is that something we need to be telling people is correct? Or something? I don't know. So, but then I was kind of thinking about it some more, and it's like, well, why does the audience get to know the world is ending? Why does the audience get to know anything?
A great premise.
Yeah,
in our mind.
So then it becomes, the character knows what's happening, but you, the viewer, have no idea. And I thought that was kind of a little more interesting. And there's always that question. So now we know the world is ending. So, like, there's always that question people will pose when you're maybe at work and bored or, I don't know, try to kill some time. It's like, what would you do? You knew the world was ending, your last day on Earth. What would you do? Like that kind of question, right? Mm-hmm. Have people asked you this before?
I think someone must have asked at some point.
Did you have a good answer?
No.
You're like, I don't know. Just go away.
I don't know what I would do, man.
Or just walk away.
Like, am I the only one who knows?
I assume the question is like everyone knows.
Well, if everyone knows, then it's going to be the Zick and Purge.
So that factors into what you're going to do? Whether other people know or not?
Yeah. Okay,
so everyone knows. What's different?
Now I'm hiding in a bunker trying not to get murdered by the crazy people. But the world's going to end anyways.
What does it matter?
Yeah, but if I know for certain the world is ending tomorrow, people are... No, you could just change it so not everyone knows, and then I could go do whatever I want.
Well, then you would go tell other people.
Possibly. So you might want to let them live on in ignorance.
This part's being edited out, don't worry.
What? Oh, come on.
I once had this is a crazy story. I may have told this story on the show before. I feel like I probably have. But I had a job interview at a car dealership.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what car dealership it was. Let's just say it's Kia. Let's just go with that for the sake of the story. And the whole interview, just sat down with the guy. He kind of looked at the resume. This was to be a car salesman, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And he just looks up at the resume and he's like, all right, here's a piece of paper and a pencil. A pencil, not a pen, a pencil. And I said, if this was your last day on Earth before the world ended, write down what you would do. And I'll be back in 5 minutes.
I would sell those cars.
Exactly. So my answer that I wrote down was I would purchase a brand new Kia and drive it across the country. Begin my drive across the country. And the guy came in and he picked up the papers, looked at it, and he's like, all right, well, he's like, I don't think car sales is for you. And that was the end of that.
How would he know just from that?
I don't know. Some sort of a test. But he had a bit of a smirk when he saw my answer. It was kind of maybe that, it wasn't what we were looking for. Maybe it was, I don't know. It wasn't the right answer.
How is there a wrong answer?
Maybe he
There's not a wrong answer.
I was mocking him or something. I don't know.
He might have thought you were being insincere, I suppose.
Probably, yeah. I didn't want to work there anyway, so don't worry about it. It was a friend of mine. It was like an open interview type of thing, like a job fair type of deal.
Oh, okay.
So anyone that shows up can get the interview. So a friend of mine wanted to go. So I just came. And I probably needed a job at the time as well. But that's a story for another day. It didn't work out, so I'm trying to tell you, okay? Sorry.
Okay, I get it.
Apparently I should have written down, do other people know or not? Question mark, and then given him that piece of paper.
Well, it changes a lot.
And then
Because the world would be in a much different state. Like, if everyone thought it was going to be normal, then I'd probably go eat a butt face of ice cream, tell people I love them.
And what do you think you would say? Like, if I wrote that, you would be like, "You're hired, sir. I think car sales is for you based on this." You ask questions. I like that. When posed with a question, you ask more questions.
I hate to say it, but people actually, during interviews, like that sometimes.
We should have had this conversation back then. I don't know where you were. Do other people know or not? You're like, yeah, they know.
Well,
I can't answer that. I'm sorry.
Sorry, this sounds like a Fallout situation. I'm going to go buy the nearest shelter.
Yes. Sir, what are you trying to tell me about these cars? Are they safe? I don't... Are you planning something here? What's going on? Is this for a car salesman job, or what's this?
Is this Fight Club? I know you're not allowed to talk about Fight Club. Just wink if this is Fight Club.
Am I in danger?
Not yet.
Okay, so anyway, our character knows the world's going to be ending, and everyone talks about, your last day, except for OJ, but everyone's like, I'm going to do something great.
I said what I was... Fine, go on.
Doesn't matter at this point. Well, most people come up with something great to do. So let's give this character the most mundane activity one can do at the most bizarre time to do it. And I remember telling OJ about this idea, and I'm like, well, the guy assembles furniture. And then OJ was just like, do I get to keep the furniture once we build it?
Yeah, that's where my mind goes.
I worked out for you. You have this thing.
I needed furniture. I was going to buy it anyway. Though I might have actually bought the one I wanted instead, though, if I had known.
And then OJ goes to the store, and what happened? We got the wrong one.
I bought the wrong one. I wanted the big Billy, and I bought the little Billy.
But it worked out fine. We liked that one.
Oh, yeah. It actually worked out really nicely. I could actually still fit my original shelf that we managed to keep in one piece when we moved it in and out of the room, and a big Billy. I bet you I could fit all that in the space I have there right now.
And OJ did such a nice job building the shelving while we filmed. And then we were done filming, and he does like the final nailing of the backboard.
Yeah.
And then he decides to throw the hammer in the air. And what were you going to do? Catch it? What was going on?
I like flipping things in the air. Like there's just a cool feeling to me when like I throw something in the air. It does at least one full rotation, and then I catch it in its original position. And I drop the hammer, and it went smack into the back of the like the fiberboard backing of the shelving. Giant hole right there.
I felt really bad for you. You like melted my heart a bit because you broke the shelf, and then you like were upset. But first thing you did is you looked at me. I think you were looking at me as if like to say, "Are you going to say something mean to me now? Like make fun of me?"
No, I didn't say anything. I looked at you because I was like, "Oh gosh, did I just ruin the video?"
Oh, okay.
I thought like I ruined the shelf for the video.
I thought you were expecting me to say something to you that was going to be like mean or something, or make fun of you. And then you just looked at me like in a way of like, here it comes, but don't do it, please. That's what But I wasn't going to do that. I just felt really bad because you really worked hard on this thing, and then only to ultimately break it in the end.
Yeah, that's life, right?
Like there's a whole other thing that's a whole other video right there.
I know. Alternate ending. The whole thing falls apart right when the nuke hits.
Yeah. No. But we were able to tape it together. It's fine, right?
Yeah.
It holds all your things together perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm. It's all good.
It'll be all right.
Yeah, it's great. You can't even see it.
So I don't want to get like too deep into the meaning of the thing and all that, because I think, if you watch it and you think it's something or whatever you feel it is, that's what it is, right?
Yeah.
But I will tell you that I think we're going for a positive message out of it.
Yeah,
definitely.
I mean, I know what I thought about the message.
Yeah, a few people actually told me that that made them feel better. Some people said it made them depressed, but a few people said like I was going through some things and this makes me feel better.
I think if you're going through something, you can kind of empathize with the guy a little bit more and kind of see, hey, you know what? Stuff's really bad right now, but I did this. And it's doing that first thing that's like, taking that first step, then the second step, the third step, the next step is what's going to get you through a rough time. And that guy knows everything's falling to pieces, but you know what? No, I'm going to do at least one thing.
Yeah.
When I have really bad days, like the thing that helps the most about getting out of them for me, which I don't always do and doesn't always work, is just do one positive thing in some fashion. Like, it could be as simple as washing a quarter of the dishes in the sink, or like doing a load of laundry or something, but just do something positive.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, go for a second walk. I don't care.
Yeah, it's like, we're in life, like we're all participants in life. Like if you're alive, you're a participant, and you're given a certain set of time that will run out.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of find the value in your life, and the good, the bad, and everything. Like it's all part of your journey, right? And it's not too late. It's not too late to change things until it is too late. Until that time, you can change.
Yeah.
So you have our character, and we meet him. Like his items are thrown all over the place.
Mm-hmm. We actually made my house messier than it usually is, which some did not think possible.
We'll get to that. He has a school. All he has to his name. He's a school picture, which he doesn't look happy in from the past. He wasn't. Maybe he was never happy. What was going on with this photo? This is a real photo of John.
Mm-hmm.
And what was that like? This is very personal. To have that in there.
I don't know. I mean, I think it was my senior year school photo when probably sometime after my parents forced me to get a haircut.
That was senior year of high school?
I think so.
Wow.
Yeah, I call it the Vulcan photo because I've got like a Vulcan haircut and I'm completely emotionless. Because if I'm like dressed in a Zickin suit. That's a senior photo. I ain't dressing up for no other photos. You kidding me? For all that.
Yeah, you don't look very happy in that one.
No, I don't like wearing suits and stuff, I guess.
Right. It's got a fast food punch card.
Buy 8 meats, get 9th meat free.
Something anyone could have.
And it's not even completed.
And then a participant trophy in something. We don't know what it was, but at some point, like he did try. And that's what he got for his effort.
Which is not nothing.
And a box of unbuilt furniture. It's been there for who knows how long.
Must build.
But it kind of feeds into your point of what it's about. Like, he took some of the steps, but he just didn't go all the way with it, here and there. Doesn't complete the task. Got the furniture.
No. Because that happens to a lot of folks. They just, a lack of follow-through. It happens to me all the time. Like, it's really depressing.
He was unhappy about the past life he's led, unhappy about what he knows is coming. But then in that present moment, it's like, well, now I could be different now. And then the building of the shelf, I tried to give it this idea of like he's living a whole lifetime. Like it kind of, each step of building it represents a lifetime. So like pulling the pieces out in a way it's like being born. And then the instructions, the instruction manual, that's kind of like life, right? So the first page, you know what that is, like you're born.
Yep.
The last page, you die. All the pages in the middle are blank.
Yeah, and I looked very confused, like, what the heck do I do? And that's how a lot of people feel, especially at certain steps in life. Like, think about it. The first page, let's take it a bit farther. Say your first page is like school, is being born through school. You leave school, then what the heck do you do now? One of my friends actually felt really awful, like when he was about to graduate. He's like, well, now what do I do? I feel like I'm being thrown off of a cliff.
Oh my God. What do you?
Yeah, or like I'm running off of a cliff. Yeah.
Wow. What do you say?
You are, sir. remember, but that's the way some people feel. Like they know they have a set path up until this point, and after that, who knows?
You were like, does everyone know, or only I know? Yeah, and then there's like in life, there's there's tragic things that happen, setbacks. Like so this guy gets the nail in his hand, and then it's like, well, maybe then he contemplates, maybe like, well, I'm quitting now. Like, why bother continuing this, right?
Yeah.
And then like in life, it's important how you respond to these. Those are the crossroads. How do you respond to these things? Which direction do you go? Our character decides to keep moving on, and completes the task at hand.
Yeah.
And
he decides, yeah.
In the end, he puts these items that he once thrown about that represent his life. He didn't maybe value his life that much. Now puts them on the shelving that he's completed as a tribute to himself. And maybe like life wasn't exactly what he wanted to be in that moment, for that brief period of building it and showing himself that he could finish it, like he was who he wanted to be. And, he was proud of himself.
Yeah.
And in the end,
he did it.
Pulls the shades up. No longer afraid. No longer afraid. To face what's to come. A little late for that, but...
a little bit.
In the end, if the world ends, it doesn't matter what trophy you got. The world's going to end, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we got to do our best to participate and prevent such a thing from occurring, maybe.
That would be a good
goal. Another way to look at it. But yeah, man, the production on the thing was pretty crazy. We destroyed OJ's home. OJ has several shelving units already in the house.
Yep.
Like 4 or 5 of them in that one little area.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus the TV stand.
So then it kind of kills the whole idea of this guy trying to build the shelf when you already have several of them that are already built. So I'm like, we got to cover all of these things up.
I mean, I disagreed with you on that point. You always need more shelves. You can always have more shelves. But fair enough. Sure, we covered them up.
It'd be a little confusing for the viewer if this guy's like struggling to build something when, it's like right there next to him is a completed one, But, So, what did you start doing? You just started, like, amassing boxes?
Yes, I started amassing boxes at that point. I did not already have them. Yes.
We just started covering things in boxes.
We started covering things in boxes. We went searching through Amazon to find a bunch of, like,
bizarre
pizza
things.
Boxes, weird stuff to just stack around the house. That pile of laundry was clean laundry, mind you.
Yeah, just getting all the stuff together is really something.
Yeah.
We thought it would take 1 day to complete. It wound up being like 4 or 5 days, probably...
Across 3 weekends.
5-6 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
It was tough, man. There was a lot of tough things for OJ to do. There's a lot of like confusing situations. It's like, just give him direction, like, look afraid, but also somewhat content and sad too, but not overly upset.
Just like, that?
Yeah, there's a lot of tough situations in there. And like when the alarm goes off the second time, we did that part like maybe 5 times, different days, because you didn't want to look too upset.
Yeah.
He had to look somewhat content that he built the shelving. But he can't look happy because then the viewer might think like he's happy the world is ending.
Yeah, it's not.
Right? I don't know. It was a lot of like thin lines and stuff to stay above or under. It was pretty. I don't know. How'd you feel about that?
Like, it was hard trying to find the right like mental framework to be in, and then trying to put that on my face.
Yeah, we did everything. I think we did every scene like 3 times. The first day was like a 6-hour day. We literally threw all the I literally threw out all the footage. The only thing that survived was the nail falling in the sink and the shot of the phone in the pocket at the end. Everything else was thrown away. They redid everything.
Yeah, it took a while.
Then there was some crazy stuff that went on, like we have a lot of issues with things in the background that shouldn't be there. At one point, I'm watching the footage back. All of a sudden, OJ has a watch on the hand that wasn't there previously in other parts. And
so, the worst thing, dude. You remember the worst thing?
Yes, go ahead.
The absolute worst thing was I spent all this time getting the nail set. We're like, all right, we can do one more nail. That's
and this
cool.
was the second time we did it. The first time we did the nail, which is the one that you see, it came through pretty decently. That's what was in the video ultimately, but I felt like the nail was too large. So then we tried it a few weeks later again with like a smaller nail. Because I'm like, well, how would this large nail go into his hand with like that amount of pressure? It doesn't make sense. So then we tried to do it again. And go ahead.
And I went through all this effort. Like, we took all this time trying to get this stuff right. And then I put the nail in the wrong hand. I didn't even notice.
But I should have noticed as well.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
It's hard, man. It's just the two of us. There's a lot going on. There's a ton of stuff in my head. John's obviously got to deal with me. He's got to deal with what he's got to do. It gets a little crazy. But we did have a helper here and there. There's a gentleman that I became friends with for the last couple of years by the name of Eddie. Guy I met at work. And he loves movies. Always talks about movies. Talks about how he wants to make movies. I never mentioned any of this stuff to him for like a really long time. Like extended period. Like never mentioned we do any of this stuff.
No.
We just go on and on and on about it. I don't want to drag people into my craziness.
No.
Besmirch their good name. I've already ruined John's good name and other people's. So I don't like doing it, but I'm like, listen, we're gonna film something. I showed him some of the stuff. He really liked it. Do you want to help us do this? So he came the first day. He was there for the first day only. And just tried to show him the horrors of this. Like, oh, you want to make movies, huh? Well, here you go. But I think he had a good time, ultimately.
I think so. It was so much more work than we thought it was going to be, but we tried out so much different stuff that it was super worth it.
Yeah, it was a lot going on. And then we had Marty came by, Strumble himself came by one day. We were doing the shelf tipping over thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, we needed him to like tip the shelf, basically. And that's when we had like a big blowout between OJ and I here. What do you think? Why do you think these things occur? What is your take on it?
I think part of it is we have very different thought processes.
Wow. Okay.
And it sometimes gets to the point where I will follow one path of logic to reach something, and you'll follow an entirely different path of logic, and they're both equally reasonable, but usually the one that I follow is the one that would probably not upset you were it true, and the one that you follow is the one that would be the least positive result were it true.
I'm not
if
sure
that makes any sense.
I'm not sure what you're saying. My way is worse? Is that what you're saying?
No, your way is whichever way I'm doing the meanest thing to you.
You probably put some thought into this. I was just going to say we were tired.
We were exhausted, but it was like, you thought I was like straight up lying to you about something. I'm like, no, I thought it was this. I'm not lying. It's true.
I don't even really remember the details.
Yeah.
I don't know if we need to get into it right now.
Dude, we were like...
But I think what happens is like, I get worn out and I'd frustrated, and then you're like this was one of the days we did like 2 days in a row. And you're just underneath the lights, literally, and I'm telling you what to do over and over again for hours on end. It's only human to rebel, I think.
Yeah.
And you get a little annoyed with me. And then I just don't want to hear it. And but I think it's healthy in a lot of ways for our relationship to have these blow-ups sometimes. And it makes us stronger in the end. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
Do you disagree?
No, people gotta fight with each other.
It happens basically every time we do any of these things.
A little bit, yeah. Well, I think it's okay.
Do you think there'll be a day where you're just like, I'm walking away?
No.
I think it's from a good place a lot of the times. It's not like why are we even doing this? It's more or less like, let's do this way. I want to do this way, kind of thing.
I mean, we disagree sometimes, but it's not that crazy.
Did you ever want to strike me down with fists?
No.
No? Okay, well, I won't answer my side then.
Oh, you bring it. You bring it, Rambo. Let's do this thing.
No. I think the next day I felt bad, sent you an email.
Yeah, I mean, we got in a fight. We got into a disagreement.
That I can't sleep at night. It's very upsetting, John.
It was okay, man. I get mad and then bounce back.
Oh, you did a great job, everyone. You guys know. And then, so we get the footage, and then I want to have like this really clean look. What I was going for.
Mm-hmm.
It was real clean, modern video look.
Professional.
But it was not. It was not what we had. Our camera. It's good. OJ doesn't like when I make fun of the camera because he bought it all the way. He spent all the money on it. But it's like 7 years old. I'll be beating it up. I mean, this is the camera we used, the original one.
Yeah, from the olden days.
So, I mean, it's been through a lot of stuff.
To say the least.
It was a middle-of-the-road camera, and then now it's, I don't know where you put it. So, it just looked not how I wanted it to look, very grainy footage. Also, we don't really know how to set it up properly. That's also part of it. So I'm just trying to blame the camera. It's really my fault, okay? Is that what you want to hear?
No.
So then it's not what I wanted it to be, so then I spent a good week or two trying to, remove the grain of the footage and the noise and the grain in there. But ultimately, it just wouldn't work out. And then I get this idea of, what if I add grain in?
Yeah.
We'll put more grain in there.
If you can't take the grain out, just put the grain in.
I always intended it to be there all along. Which I thought was an interesting idea. And in life, sometimes you got to go with the flow.
Yeah.
Don't go against it. Go with it. So then I do this, and then I do, upload the footage. I have to do some tests and stuff. Only to find out, YouTube hates this kind of stuff. If you put grain, film grain and all that into the videos. So it just kind of looked like this, disaster. Even though it was the film grain in and of itself wasn't a problem. The fact that YouTube was like, ew, grain, let's get rid of this, was a huge issue. Yeah, so there's a gentleman by the name of Terrell Christie. He's from Lost Utopia Films, he's a friend of mine. He's made a ton of films. You can check him out on YouTube. And he kind of knew about this, man, because I had sent it, an early version of it to, a bunch of people to check out. He was one of them, and he's like, he sent me a message later on. He's like, yeah, it might look messed up on YouTube, which was right. And you're like, wait, what? Why? Why would it look messed up on YouTube? And then you found out about these shenanigans. Yeah. So this dude I talked to a lot beforehand, and he has suggested a lot of the gear that we bought. He's told me a ton of times. He's a great guy. He watched this thing probably more than anyone other than me, because I would send him versions of it. And he would check it out, give me notes, and then I would upload it and be like, how does it look now? And he'd watch it again and again and again. So it really helped us out. But he had this idea where if you upload the footage in 4K, it kind of fixes some of these issues because it allows you to have a higher bit rate. So that actually worked out pretty decently. It doesn't look perfect, but we had to upscale it. So if you watch this thing, it was not filmed in 4K by any means. But it's got heart. But if you check it out at Vimeo, I also put it on Vimeo. You can find it at vimeo.com/stayballsy. That's our Vimeo channel. The original version without the goof. Yeah, it actually processed it pretty decently. It looks pretty good. So you can check it on there if you want. It also allows you to download it from Vimeo too. Oh, really? I didn't know that was an option. They give you a download link on there. It's a good service, man. I like the site quite a bit. Just got to I just don't think it's unfortunate that it's not as popular as its competitor. It seems like it's moving up the chain. They're not
I've seen
trying
it
to
for
be. They're not trying to be YouTube though. They're not looking for like tons of videos and
cat videos and whatnot. They want like films, right? They want like,
and they cap you like you have a certain amount of space. Like they're not looking for you just to throw a ton of stuff up on there.
yeah, they're looking for you to have like they want quality. Like, guess what? Do they really want like I've seen things like what's it? Alan Tudyk, he put a mini series on there.
Yeah,
a web series on there. I think that the movies, The Gamers and Journey Quest, all that stuff is on Vimeo. I know you said it like 3 times, but I realized
I would say Vimeo. I don't know. Maybe that's wrong. I don't know.
I don't know.
Am I saying it incorrectly? Maybe I don't know.
I thought I was saying it incorrectly.
I don't know. Now you've made me question that.
But yeah, like it's a site that I get the feeling they put on like they want not just here's a 30-second stupid cat video. They want a video actually worked on.
Well, I'll tell you this. I like it so much. I actually got the pro service. I pay monthly for it. I don't know how long I'll do that for.
Well, everybody, you better give us those Vimeo hits.
Well, it doesn't matter. I still have to pay.
Well, yeah, but that makes it so much more worth it.
But no, I did it just because the video looks a lot better on there. It's like the best version of it that you can find out there. And that's not to crap on YouTube. YouTube's awesome. I mean, is there anything even close to YouTube as far as like a business that lets you use its service for free and also potentially make money on it?
Gmail, but that's
you can
again
make money on Gmail.
Well, email helps you make money.
Okay, all right.
I mean, it's not directly making you money.
But I mean, YouTube's crazy, man. You can upload as much as you want. Hours of stuff.
It's ridiculous if you think about
it.
You
could potentially profit from it without doing any work. They find the advertisers.
Yeah.
You click a button. You could choose to not put ads on it too, which was like what we do, which is crazy that they even let you do that.
Yeah, because then they don't get any money off you.
Well, just it's fine. You don't have to. It's crazy, man. It's wonderful stuff. You can't knock it.
They don't get much.
There's no one else like that. There's no one else who does anything like. There's no business like that.
It's a huge outlet for expression and whatnot.
Yeah. And then we'll wrap this up. We got to thank Mr. Musaeus, the musical genius. What else can we say at this point? I mean, so many of our products have stuff on it. I've never met the guy in person. We're gonna have to change that.
I gotta tell you though, dude, listening to you talk about when you came back, you're like, yeah, I spoke with Musaeus. He's sending me some more music or whatever. The second time, hearing you talk, you're like, this is it. This is exactly. This is the sound. This is the soundtrack for this. This is perfect. It was pretty crazy. You sounded very impressed.
I'm very confident in my abilities and myself, and I feel like I can do some things. Mm-hmm. But when I talk to this guy, when I see what he's capable of doing, it's like, oh, okay, that's talent. There's other levels to this beyond where I'm at. I basically sent it to him, and then he just goes off on it.
He takes it to his special place.
And he scored it like the music reacts to what's going on in the video.
Oh, I was watching. I'm like, hey, he waited until the exact moment that the nail did that. I'm like, that's so cool.
And I drove the dude nuts. I originally did my own version on the guitar, and then I was watching it over and over again with that. So then it kind of gets in your head like, oh, that's what it's supposed to sound like. So then he does his thing, which is great, and I'm like, his original thing, and I'm like, yeah, it's awesome, but it's supposed to be like this. That's how I did it. So I had to go through a little bit of a process of being like, no, this is better. You can't. It's better for the piece, And his original version was similar. Similar melodies, similar style to what this is. What ultimately you see now. But he had maybe 6-7 instruments going. It was really elaborate. It was freaking wonderful. But I had to tell him I'm like, we got to scale this back because it's like having a solid gold bar on top of a toilet. or something like that.
Are you calling us the toilet?
Yes,
You're calling
exactly.
us the toilet.
Exactly.
Okay,
yeah.
Just checking.
Like it couldn't hold it.
That's what I thought when I went to the toilet.
So then he basically stripped it all down to just piano. It's perfect.
Like it's understated and it's
Yeah.
haunting and beautiful.
And like people should
Not
hear
haunting,
people
just
should hear his original thing. It had like guitars, it had drum, it had percussion. It was really something.
It was pretty impressive. I mean, the first time I heard it, I'm like, because I'll admit, like, I had a thing in my head of what I expected it to sound like, and it sounded very different. But then, as I sat there listening to it, I'm like, huh, wow. And then as each piece, as the piece changed a little bit, as what I was doing on screen changed, and the piece changed with it, I was just like, no, this. I don't know how people can come up with this stuff. This is just too much for me.
That he timed music to like when the hammer, like when the screen goes black.
Yeah, that was really cool.
And you hear the hammering, like he timed it to the. It's nuts. And a few people told me like their favorite thing about it was the music, and I was like, yeah, it's great. And obviously, OG did a great job, man. I don't know who else would agree to. I don't know who else would like if I'm explaining this to someone. I did explain it to a few people. OG understands what I'm talking about. I don't think anyone else did. And then OG agrees to be in it as well and use his home.
Well,
destroy his home.
It is fun, and I do have a giant ego, so it's really nice to be able to see my face on screen
and
again.
We trashed your house. We're supposed to do it in one day. Tell him the house is a total disaster, and then it wound up being like that way for weeks. He's living in his home with boxes everywhere. I'm
like just praying the landlord doesn't come by.
And there we go, man. Thanks to everyone who watched it. Yeah,
thanks, guys. We really appreciate the interactions we have with you after we put something out.
And then regardless of anything, there now exists a video that combines furniture assembly and the end of the world.
Some consider furniture assembly to be the end of the world.
And who else was going to make that? Who else was going to do that?
No, I can't come up with a joke. Dang.
Yeah. And now we move on,
Moving on up.
Move on to the next thing, man. I told John the other day, like I'm much happier when I'm working on something, so we gotta get onto something else soon.
Yeah, it's funny. You're very different from me in that aspect. Like, I feel like I'm always doing too much stuff, and I just want to do nothing.
Yeah, well, gotta value your time, right?
Yeah, right. It's all you get.
I had a goal. I wanted to do 4 of these this year. It's not gonna occur. It's kind of a miracle this one exists in a lot of ways. Like I think about it, like how do we do this? I think I worked like 55 hours a week.
And worked on the video.
And somehow got this done.
It blows my mind, John. You are one of the most active people. Like you said, you feel like you need to be working on something, and it boggles my mind that you do. But it's some of the things I really admire about you, because I feel like there's so many things I want to do that I have like analysis paralysis and don't even like do anything sometimes unless I get a push from some other direction. But you're like the opposite way. You have this internal drive to do things, and like that's what pushes you forward, and that's really cool. It's not some outside force or whatever. It's you.
Well, a lot of things I do are things I want to be doing, but they come out of necessity and whatnot. But I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I think the goal for the year, first of all, we gotta get this Weatherman video done. That's the one I filmed with Ed last July of 2017, and I still haven't completed that. So that's gotta be finished. That's a huge blemish on me.
Oh,
it's gotta be done. And then I'm hoping we get one more by the end of the year. We can get one more of these done.
Well,
and I've got a few ideas.
Hit me up. I'm good for helping.
Oh, I know. Don't worry. You'll be the first to know. But I think with the next one, I don't know exactly what it'll be, but I believe it will include some dialogue. And
my arch nemesis.
We'll try to avoid people dying in this one. We'll see.
I can get behind that.
Okay. So there you go. There's our 1 hour discussion of a 7-minute video. I hope you enjoyed that.
And if you didn't, then I'm sorry. We love you.
So, John, I went to Toys R Us again.
Again?
This was a big mistake.
Why did you go again?
It was a bad situation.
Do I want to know?
So, my girlfriend wanted to go. She used to work there with us. I've talked about this in the past. She used to work there with us, and we weren't together at the time. We got together later on. She was with someone else while we were working at the store. I tried to break them up. I couldn't get it done.
Through a series of wacky shenanigans?
No, it wasn't that bad. But
you gave him Metamucil to ruin their dates.
Basically, years later, we reconnected, and we've been together for quite some time. But, she worked there with us at that time. Metamucil.
No, I didn't mean Metamucil. I meant X-Lax.
I'm so constipated, they broke up. But she wanted to go. She didn't get to go with us, so she's like, "Let's go." And it was atrocious in there. The last memory I had of the place was with all you guys, and the store was pretty healthy. Like, there's people shopping. It was, for the most part, everything was pretty full.
Yeah,
and it was all good.
Not anymore.
They had roped off many of the aisles. Were now completely empty. They put caution tape around them. There was just filth and dirt, underneath them. They had created a bizarre, maybe 2 aisles in the middle of the store where they just kind of stuck there, and they had thrown everything that was left, just dumped it into these aisles.
They just what?
Yeah, it was a disgusting mess. So they used to put caution tape all around the store, and in the middle there was 2 aisles with all the junk thrown in it. There was bizarre people in the store. At least 4 guys wearing eye patches of some sort.
Working there?
No, just strange folks drifting in. There's a child that it would have been like a Pulitzer Prize winning photo. Is that the Pulitzers for photos? Is that right?
I think they have the Pulitzers.
What's the photo award?
I thought the Pulitzer had a photo award for journalism, right?
All right, let's go with that. A child, a young girl, just staring at the sea of empty aisles. I could have taken a picture right there. It would have been an award winner.
You just could have captioned it. Just caption it "internet."
And then, and then my girlfriend cried.
Oh no!
Because it was so disgusting, and she had good memories of the store. And then I yelled at her for making me go back to the store.
No, you wouldn't do that.
I said, well, we shouldn't have gone. That was basically it. That's all I said. It wasn't too bad. So no one go back. I don't know how long they have left. I don't know why they were open that day.
But it's just sad seeing like the end of an era, I think you sent us for the last show. We were reading an article about Toys R Us and how it was founded and whatnot. Yeah, it was for the last show, and now I just feel really sad seeing how it started and how it ended. Our last happy memories are there. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. This could be considerably worse, but it's fine. I mean, this could be considerably better, but it's okay. And then now I'm hearing it. The place was basically a war zone.
Well, I shouldn't have gone back, and it was her fault. So let's move on. So I get into some politics, some political discussions.
Oh no, I expressly did not
to win some people over.
No, but fine.
So, at my job, at the office there, we got a letter in the mail.
Oh no!
And this letter contained no return address, which I don't even think you're supposed to be able to do that. To mail something with no return address, is that allowed?
I don't think so.
But the post office allowed it to go on because, they're the post office. So we delivered this letter. I usually get the mail, and I like to go outside as much as possible.
Sure.
So I like to volunteer for the mail.
Sure.
Bring the mail in. There's this letter with no return address. And I open it, and there's a cutout from the newspaper the local newspaper, in a very long, angry, handwritten letter, where basically the person was cursing and threatening some things because the company advertised in this newspaper. A sleazy newspaper is what they called it.
But it's actually the regular newspaper that we just get in our hometown, right?
It's the local paper. It's not like anything that really matters.
Ouch.
And they included the cutout of the paper, and it was basically a political cartoon featuring the older George Bush on one side.
Okay.
And then Mr. Donald Trump on the other side. And it had, kind of those ridiculous types of drawings they do.
Sure.
Like the New Yorker would do these types of stylized drawings.
Mm-hmm.
And next to Bush, it had, like, different facts about him, like war hero, I don't know, whatever, he was a lawyer or something, whatever else he did. I don't exactly remember the details.
Mm-hmm.
And then for Trump, it had, things that were true, like reality show star, things like that.
Yeah.
Maybe some quotes that he actually said about vaginal groping and whatnot. Maybe some quotes that Bush had. So it's basically painting like Bush is great, and this other guy's not great. That's how you could interpret it, but all the things were actually true. They were real quotes, real facts, right?
Yeah.
Well, whatever, that's beside the point. Not really the point of the story. This is what made this guy so angry. Because the company advertised in the paper that this cartoon was also in the paper.
So he's just gonna...
So I assume he said... I assume... I don't know if this is true, but I assume he probably wrote a letter to every business or that advertised, and it also maybe included a cutout of the paper. Now, this is not a copy, a photocopy. This is an actual page ripped out. So the dude may have purchased many papers from the paper that he hates, and took time to write these things out and send them in, threatening to do violence or whatever if you continue to do this. And by the way, includes no return address. You cannot contact him and talk to him about it like gentlemen, because he's a coward as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the end of it.
Huh. And
it's handwritten as well. Yeah.
Oh, of course. And it was Trump and George H.W. Bush?
That's right.
Okay. I did a Google search to see if I could find it. I found Trump and McCain.
I could probably find it. We don't need to. But I think I think we can all agree, no matter where you sit politically, it's maybe a waste of this guy's time.
Yeah.
But this is the kind of stuff that's going on out there. I would call the guy and be like, I could show you how to photocopy something. You could also type this out.
I mean, if you can't... If you don't agree with somebody, at least have the courage to put your name on a letter. Don't just send an anonymous, creepy, threatening letter like, yeah, that is a cowardly thing to do. And also, don't send threatening letters. Send a respectful letter saying you disagree or I will no longer buy your paper or something. Just stop.
There you go, friends. Any summer plans, John? Summer activities? Anything going on?
Specifically summer or in general?
Could be any season. Anything happening interesting. This is what people say. Do you have any summer plans? They don't usually say that for other times of year. Do you have any spring plans? No, I never heard it before.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, I mean, if I'm planning on going on a trip at the end of the summer.
What's happening? Tell us. The juicy
you've
details.
Got one guess where I'm going.
Going back to Nihon?
Yep. But the places I haven't been. There's one main reason we're doing it in the most horrible, deathly, awful season of the year.
What's happening?
We're going to try and climb Mount Fuji.
Was this a treacherous voyage?
It's
difficult?
it's not a hard climb from what I understand and research and blah blah blah, but it's 8 hours up, 4 hours down.
Wow.
So we're walking up 2/3 of where we're taking a bus to the highest base station they have that you can get to by a car, which is the Fuji 5th station, and then we're walking about 2/3 of the way up and staying in a mountain hut, which is really, I don't know what it looks like on the outside, but on the inside it looks like it's a wooden building with like wooden floors where they just stack people like on the floor, like with enough room for one sleeping bag for one person, and then you sleep there and wake up early the next day to go see the sunrise or something. So that's my summer plan.
Okay.
Yeah, I just need to I got a lot of work to do before I can go, so I've been working on that like crazy.
Do some training.
Excuse me. Well, training physically and also work at work too.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I've been trying to get on the bike more. My plan is to maybe go to Bear Mountain or somewhere relatively nearby.
I have been there. I've camped.
Yeah, like where they've got the highest. I mean, it's somewhere nearby that has higher altitudes, so I could try and get used to that. But I don't think Bear Mountain's that tall, even if you go to the top, or as high as you can go.
You need a montage, an OJ montage.
That would be no problem. Yeah.
Any beach? Do you do the beach in the summer? Are you a beach man?
Yeah, I love the water. We tried, a bunch of us try to go like at least once every summer, but the place we usually go is now inhabited instead of being like a beach home. So we don't.
Do you swim in the ocean?
Yeah, I prefer to swim in the ocean.
Why is this? Do you have a boogie board?
Yes, I do.
You go boogie boarding?
Yes, I do.
You swim in the ocean? Do you go far out?
As far as I'm allowed, like safely.
As far as you're allowed, that's how far you'll go. You have no problems with the waves pulling you down.
I love the waves.
Has it ever happened to you? You get hit by a wave and you can't move?
Never that hard. I mean, I've been hurled into the sand really, really hard by a wave before. Like I'm trying to boogie board or something, and it hits me and just shoves me into the ground as hard as it can. Like, sometimes there's rocks, but I've always been able to move.
Do you know there's people that dream of seeing the ocean one day? Isn't that interesting?
It's a crazy
a lot of things you take for granted here. I've had a lot of bad experiences with the beach. I always have that issue where like I'm in the water and then I get like dragged under. Why does this happen?
Has it like what, a riptide?
I don't know. I get pulled under. I get pulled under the waves, and then you can't move for like a minute because you have to wait for the wave to go like over you, and you feel all the sand underneath you like disappearing, and you're slipping into the abyss, from which you will never recover or survive. I don't know. So it's happened to me several times as a child. I try not to go into the ocean. Well, I'll go like a little bit.
But you don't go like.
I'm not
too
a big
far
swimmer
out.
in general.
Mm.
I would like to see OJ on the boogie board.
That could happen. I don't want to bring my camera to the beach because of sand, but we could do it somehow.
Do you do the fairs?
Like
the carnivals?
I enjoy them, though I'm a little leery of the ones where they pick up the rides and
the traveling carnivals.
Yeah, because those are the ones where they don't where the urban legend is, or the common myth, I don't know if it's true or not, is that they don't get inspected as often because they get picked up and put away.
As a child, did you go to many of these events? Do you have any stories or memories?
Oh gosh, of like going to fairs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it was one fair I went to, and it was the first time I ever had a funnel cake. My parents were like, "Hey, would you like to get a funnel cake?" And I'm like, "What's a funnel cake? Is it cake? I like cake. I want funnel cake. Sure, let's get a funnel cake." And I'd never had it before. I had no idea what to expect. and they just hand me this giant paper, like this regular sized paper plate, but the entire thing is covered in this weird doughy object and covered in powdered sugar. This mountain of fried dough that was given to me. Oh, it was miraculous. It was wondrous.
How about the rides? You like the rides?
I hate them until I'm on them. For example,
what are you talking about?
No, well, I hate like the anticipation before roller coasters drives me insane. It bothers the heck out of me because I am scared of them. I'm honest to goodness scared of the roller coasters. And I can get on once you get on them, fine, that's it. There's no turning back. This is it. You're done. You know what? I'm here. Let's go. But every second you're on that line, every moment you're there waiting, at any point you could just stop and say, nope, I'm out. Forget it. We're done here.
The thing about the theme parks that's bizarre to me is like nearly every one of them, including Disney, like many people have died on rides.
Well, at Disney, you don't die at Disney.
Oh, I got you. They take you away.
They will put you in the ambulance and pronounce you dead once you've left the property, is a rumor I was told by a Floridian.
All right, well, people died at Disney. Anyway. Like, all these, and then people like line up to pay your money. Like, I want to go there. I want to get on the rides too.
But the odds of something bad happening to you are so slim.
It is true. It also becomes like a selling point too for people. It's like the most dangerous roller coaster. I have to get on it.
So you want to go to Playland?
I have to.
I'm sorry, but I heard that there were some dangerous ones there.
What? You've never been there before?
I have. I've been there. I survived.
So this doesn't make sense to me. Like, I survived it. There's only a small chance you'll die. Like, this doesn't seem like something I want to be paying money to attend.
Yeah, that's fair. Honestly, like, I like going to theme parks and carnivals for the carnival games, for the food, for the excuse to have something interesting to walk around.
Yeah, it's always an interesting sight.
Yeah.
I remember as a child there was a guy wearing a shirt that was like a huge man, and he was wearing a shirt that said, "I am a sex machine that runs on beer." And I remember thinking, what does that mean? And he looked like a dad. He had like kids, and I was like, what is that? So this is I don't know. There's like a culture to it in a way.
To theme parks.
I think, I don't know.
Beer-powered sex machines.
I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, it's
maybe that
weird,
guy's doing it right. I don't know.
I mean, I went to Six Flags, and I spent probably half the day. Okay, fine. A third of the day in line for stuff. A third of the day, I guess. Well, half the day in line for stuff, and on two rides, and then a quarter of the day just wandering around, and a quarter of the day eating with my friends. But like, I spent a substantial portion of the time just wandering, and it was fun. Like, when it came time for the rides, I was like, I just want to kind of wander around here instead, because my friends went to the water park portion, and at the time I had a heart monitor on, so I couldn't. So I'm just like, all right, guys, have fun. I'm going to go see a magic show. And I did. And it was awesome.
I once had an accident at a water park.
What kind of accident?
It just happened to other people I've talked to, but like they have these tubes. It's pretty fun.
Oh.
Like you get on you get on a tube and you go through a tube. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. It's like a water slide, but you're on like an inflatable
raft thing, and then it has it's like a pipe, like a Ninja Turtle sewer hole.
Yeah.
I went so fast that it was like I actually went upside down.
Oh no!
And then I fell on my head, and then and then I like cut my head open.
Oh,
and then I just like for the rest of the ride I'm like just without the raft. And then at the end of these things, you come out into like a general pool where there's other people. Then there's like blood coming in the water.
Oh no, dude! You're gonna attract sharks.
And I didn't even like stop anything. And the guy's just like, there was one guy, he was probably like 16, When you come out of the tube, he's like, "Where's your raft?" And then it came down like after me.
Oh no! Were you okay?
And then didn't even like stop the ride or anything. Or like people just in the pool, blood coming in.
Oh,
yeah, it was fun.
It's disgusting.
But I've talked to other people that similar things happen.
Ooh, no, I've never been that on. I've never had anything like that happen to me, and I hope I never do have anything like that happen to me.
Did you ever go to these fairs? They have like these county fairs.
Yep. I went to one in Rhode Island that was a country fair.
Yeah, like a country fair. That's what I'm talking about.
And
they used to have like cows.
Oh, it was more than cows. We saw tractor pulls. That was exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, there's these country fairs, and you got to go like way out for these things. But they're a sight to behold.
The food there, though, dude.
I was about to say that. Yeah. You get those Zeppelis?
Yeah. Well, you can get those.
But in the country fairs, they call them something different.
Yeah, they can't call them like the Italian word.
In New York, that's what they're called. You go out there, it's just like fried dough or something.
Fried dough bites or something.
Yeah, they'll just give you like a generic name. But yeah, you'll get some crazy food.
I mean, I remember one festival I went to that had really good food that was kind of creepy because they had lamb stew.
Whoa.
And it was a wool festival where they were having sheep shearing contests and sheep contests and everything and selling all sorts of wool things and then serving sheep-based food there. So I was like standing there with my bowl of stew just staring at a sheep, and it's looking back at me, and I'm just like, this is your cousin. This is weird. Don't judge me.
I want to eat that one.
Yeah, right? It's like eating a hamburger at a rodeo.
Yeah, some of these country fairs, like the attractions are just like a field with like a horse. Or like a cow is there.
Hey, cows can be cool.
I remember there was a show with bears, and it was just like a cage. And there was bears just like crapping in the cage. That was basically the attraction.
Well, the show was actually for the people underneath the cage that you couldn't see from your angle.
Yeah, maybe. They found it really gratifying.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to get pooped on by a bear.
So I've done some research. I'm going to send you to some various theme parks. I looked up the greatest theme parks in the world.
Okay, what you got?
I'm going to send OJ there. The Parque Eco Alberto in Mexico.
Okay, well,
an eco-tourism destination.
Oh, nope. But go on.
Located 80 miles north of Mexico City. You can go kayaking, rappelling, ziplining, and hiking.
Oh, kayaking's fun.
But the main attraction at the park is La Caminata Nocturna, a.k.a. the night hike. You can do this for your Mount Fuji training.
Okay, what's this? What's all this then?
A misleadingly low-key name for an evening's entertainment that involves being chased by fake Border Patrol agents, fake smugglers, and real dogs in a dramatized simulation of what it's like to try to illegally cross the U.S.-Mexico border. Despite being located almost 800 miles south of the actual border, the attraction is meant to illustrate the many dangers faced by immigrants for curious tourists and Mexican school trips.
That's awful.
In the world.
That's awful.
Wow. I did find a video of it as well.
Yay?
I don't know much what to make of it. In some ways, it's maybe like gives you an idea of things.
I would have rather gone on a regular night hike.
In some ways, it's kind of exploitative.
You didn't have to make it about running from the Border Patrol. You could have made I could see playing a game like one of these things where you're just trying to be like a spy and get from point A to point B, and that's really cool, and no one's making fun of or exploiting migrants.
Well, maybe it's like trying to shed some light on something or make you feel like all these people go. I don't know.
It's possible. Yeah, okay, I could see that.
I have no idea what to say.
But it seems
it's either really good or the worst thing ever. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think there's any middle ground here. It's either awesome or awful.
Yeah. Here's another one for you. You may have heard of this one. Dubbed the world's most dangerous theme park.
No.
Action Park in Vernon, New Jersey. Do you remember the many commercials?
Wait, Action Park in Wildwater Kingdom?
In Vernon. Yeah.
Wait, that's...
You've been to this?
No, I don't think I have to check.
They used to run commercials for this place in the 80s during Nickelodeon and in the 90s.
Yeah, I saw the commercials.
And I used to always want to go there. Apparently it was a really terrible place where many people died. There's been many videos on YouTube and podcasts about it. I kind of stumbled onto recently. But anyway, Action Park, Vernon, New Jersey was forced to shut down in 1996 thanks to many lawsuits and rising insurance costs before reopening in 1998 under a new name. The park triumphantly took up the Action Park mantle again in 2014.
What?
Although it's probably better known among tri-state area residents as Traction Park, Accident Park, and Class Action Park.
Oof.
Action Park was forced to buy the town of Vernon a few extra ambulances to keep up with the demand during peak seasons.
Seriously?
All thanks to a potent combo of relaxed safety standards and unbelievably dangerous rides. Like the Cannonball Loop, which I remember the commercial for this thing, an enclosed water slide featuring a full vertical loop. So you... And I was reading about that thing, like no one could make it through the loop. So they had to put a trap door underneath it, where they'd have to either you would have to open it and escape, or they'd come up there and pull you out if you got stuck.
Oh, that's... I looked up a picture of it. Oh, yeah. No. That's like you, dude. That's what happened to you.
Yeah, but I didn't go in the vertical. It happened normally. I don't know. Probably because I don't weigh enough or something. I don't know. It's my own fault. That's what they told me.
Wait, dude, is this what that movie with the guy from MTV is about?
The Johnny Knoxville movie?
Yeah, effectively, it's Action Park.
Action Point, yeah.
Oh my gosh, it is Action Park. It's totally making fun of Action Park.
Yeah, so Action Park is crazy. Anyone that's interested, I would research it. And, these people out there talking about it better than we are. But, no, I remember these commercials. I would always want to go. It was a little too far, maybe. For the parents to go out. But they would advertise like crazy. It seemed like the craziest thing ever.
I can't believe they built the 360-degree loop.
I think people died in that thing, so don't worry about it.
I thought that was a good idea.
I don't know.
Guys, by the way...
No, it was all about the commercials, man. That's why. It's like,
so here's the thing. Yeah.
Get people to come,
So John, folks, you might be like me and didn't understand what John meant when he said 360-degree water slide. What he means is legitimately, that is a thrilling, that's like a cursive letter right there. It is a circle, like a Sonic the Hedgehog loop, all right? You're trying to Sonic the Hedgehog real life. No. So just picture that, and you'll get it.
That's no. Right. Did you ever go to Hershey Park?
Yeah. I went there right. Yeah, I went there right after the Reese's Peanut Butter Puff cereal first came out.
Oh my god!
And when Reese's Peanut Butter
release? Wow.
Just after, but here's the thing: boxes of Reese's Peanut Butter Puff cereal gave you coupons for Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. I had 5 to 10 of them, and I brought them with me to Hershey Park. And we went to the candy store. I remember going up. I'm this little kid. I go up there and I'm like, I have a coupon, and they're like, oh gosh, these don't work here. Sure, here you go. And they gave me free candy anyway. They were really nice because I'm just they're supermarket coupons. I don't think they were built for effing gift shops. But yeah, Hershey Park was my first roller coaster.
Well, there you go. So Jay, drop some news on me before we started the program today.
Yep, nothing crazy.
First of all, we had a big problem with Skype, which was what we always have.
Yeah.
But anyway, then Then he dropped some shocking news. You're joining a new podcast, leaving us behind.
I'm not joining a new podcast.
What's going on? Tell us.
So, a while back, I kickstarted a board game. And, fair enough, it happens all the time. Got my board game, played it a little bit. I got an email that the advertising manager for the board game company sent out to all the Connecticut-based residents who kickstarted this board game saying, hey, there's a board gaming podcast that is in Connecticut, and they want to talk about this game. Would you Kickstarter backers like to go on? If so, please reply. So a couple of us replied, and this Saturday I'm meeting with some folks from this podcast to talk about this board game. They didn't say I couldn't talk about it, so I'm kind of like, I don't want to spoil it or anything if they want to talk about it.
So you're meeting them in person?
I'm meeting them in person, we're playing the board game, and then we're talking about it.
How many people are involved in this?
Myself, one other Kickstarter backer, and his son, and I think the two dudes who do the board game podcast.
How is the viewership for this? The numbers?
I have no idea.
Will you plug the show?
See, I don't know if they're going to record us playing the game. I'll bring it up for sure.
Well, you don't have to. Just
Yeah, and after we've recorded everything, I'll talk about it here or something more. But so I'm going to be playing a board game, and I don't know. I'm going to lose and then complain about it.
To watch. We know.
They haven't posted. They have a spot. Is it bad? I didn't say what board game it was, so I think I can talk about it. We're going to be playing for Every Night is Game Night on the Dice Tower Network. So we're going to play a board game and talk about it at some point. I think that's legit. I don't think I said anything. No one said not to say anything.
You're the one that brought this up.
I know.
Now
that's why I didn't give any details.
And you're not going to let you on the podcast. They're not going to let you on it. And then you're going to be mad at me.
I'm not going to be mad at you. It's me being dumb, whatever. But yeah, so
we have no idea where we can watch this.
I can tell you where you can watch it. I just said where it's.
We don't know where. You don't know what you're doing. It seems like you could be in some sort of danger.
I'm okay. I'm not going to be murdered. If you don't hear from me Saturday night, it means I'm dead.
Okay. Well, have fun. Are you excited about this?
Yeah, it should be fun. It's a pretty good game.
What if you didn't want to be on the podcast? It was a choice?
Yeah, it was a choice. Just not to respond to the email, to respond to the negative, and it would have been okay. Yeah.
Well, I guess go on the better podcast and come back and let us know how it's done.
Hey! That's not fair.
Have a good time.
Okay, thank you.
So in the last show, we were talking about how OJ and I got into several early screenings of Marvel movies.
Yeah, about that.
So basically, I got emails from Marvel. The first 10 people to respond to this email get tickets to an early screening before the movie's released. I was able to pull this off 2 times. Black Panther, boom. Infinity War, that's the big one. Pulled it off.
Yeah, you are a wizard.
Walked in there the second time, those guys knew me. I said, "You know who I am?" They're like, "Yup." I said, "That's right, give me the tickets. I've won again." So, now we got another Marvel movie coming out, Ant-Man and the Wasp. And I think they purposely plotted against me here, John. I'll explain why. So the previous 2 times that we talked about, they sent this email around the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It's between maybe 10 and 11 a.m. on a weekday.
Sure, reasonable time.
And I'm always going to get these emails because my job, I basically, look at the email. I wait for instructions.
Yeah, you got to keep an eye out for this stuff.
Wait for people to send me projects in the email, and I go to work on it. So I'm already on top of the email. During work hours, This time they decided to send it 7:30 p.m.
That's not helpful.
And, around that time, they know this somehow. I don't know how they know it, but I'm usually outside this time of year. walking around, get some exercise.
How dare you?
And there's like one spot where I walk where there's no signal.
They were waiting for it.
So they followed me in a van. So when I get to the point where there is a signal, like all of a sudden I get an alert. So I look at the email, and it came like 10 minutes earlier. But I just got it at that point, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually changed it to the first 5 people get tickets, no longer 10 people.
Of course.
Only 5. It's crazy. It's not many.
Yeah. No, not many at all.
And alas, I could not win the tickets this time. I tried. I was about 10 minutes late. It's not going to happen.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty awful. There's only one way it could have been worse.
Yes.
If you never got the email at all.
Well,
you're not me, so you did get an email. In on it.
They gave me it to mock me.
Yeah,
they just prevented you completely.
Yeah, they're just like, nope, you don't get to come this time. And I haven't even won in the past like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah. Well,
really
anyway,
depressing.
We did not get into this one. They've defeated me. I'm sure they're laughing. They will listen to this and laugh heartily. But the next one, which will be what? Captain Marvel?
Probably, yeah.
Which is a long time from now, but we'll be ready.
Wait, are there no more Marvel movies until Captain Marvel after Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Yeah, we got 3 this year. I mean, what more do you want? You want more?
Probably not.
It's a lot.
You can overdo it.
Ant-Man and the Wasp isn't even out.
I know.
So I'm starting looking for more.
Of course I'm looking for more.
Well, you should be, but... Sadly, we'll not be going to the early screening, but I'll be going to the movie. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I inadvertently saw a trailer. I don't like seeing trailers. It annoys me. But I saw the trailer, and it looked pretty great, so I'm looking forward to that. It was before I saw Jurassic World they played the trailer.
Yeah. Did you see Han Solo?
No, I didn't. Is it still in theaters? Because I could see it with my dad, maybe.
I've not seen it either. It's kind of weird. I don't know. Did you purposely not go, or just what happened?
I didn't purposely not go, but after The Last Jedi, I honestly have so much less love for the Star Wars universe.
Wow. Kind of took the wind out of your sails a little bit.
Yeah, when you basically assassinate the character of one of my favorite... characters... Well, no, how to put it? When you take one of someone's favorite characters and then effectively make it so that all of their accomplishments were nil and they're awful for the sake of... And instead of just passing the torch, you destroy the previous torch and build a new torch.
Yeah.
That does not appeal to me.
Yeah, I wasn't opposed to seeing it. It just didn't work out. But I think if I really had to think about it, if I really wanted to go, I would have gone. I would have found a way to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just didn't go out of my way. I don't know. I was just kind of I'll watch Westworld or the 1,000 other shows that are available. With a press of a button. So
at this point, I'd rather watch Jason of Star Command than the next Star Wars movie.
Wow, OJ's done.
You've seen at least one episode of Jason of Star Command. You know how serious business what I just said was.
Well, I mean, we were the only ones that didn't see Solo. It seemed like it didn't really do amazingly well.
And the sad thing is, I heard it was a good movie.
That's true. I will watch it eventually. But it appears that they may now be canceling all the other Star Wars offshoot movies, which included the Obi-Wan movie, the Boba Fett. They're at least on hold for now. And it looks like they may be sunk based on this one movie.
Did the movie not make enough? Did the movie just not make money at all?
It did not do well. No.
Man, and I really like Donald Glover, but I don't know if liking Donald Glover can make me forget Rian Johnston.
Well, none of us went to see it, so that's why.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's fair.
The Jurassic. You saw the Jurassic. I
did.
We had an awkward phone conversation last week where I said to you, hey, I'm going to... I was basically saying... I was complaining about the price of the tickets. That's why I brought it up. So I'm going to see Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom?
Effing Kingdom, yeah.
The F Kingdom?
Effing Kingdom. Fallen Kingdom works too.
Okay.
Fallen.
The effing Kingdom? What are you talking about?
Because it ticked me off. It was.
You didn't like the movie?
Anyway. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself.
All right, we're getting there. So I was like, I'm going Saturday to the IMAX 3D of Jurassic World. It was pretty expensive, whatever. I was like, this is the price. So then he's like, because I was like, I'm going with our friend Kevin. He goes, oh, I would go, or like I would go with you. So then
I think I said I would have. Oh man, I said, oh man, I would have gone with you.
Yeah. He's like, I would have gone. What do you mean you're going? So I was like, all right, well, do you want me to get you a ticket then? And then he just goes, no, I made plans already to go with someone else.
But like the thing was,
he just wants to be invited, even though he can't go. He's not going to go.
No. It's not that one particular time. I wish I were invited to see this one particular movie with you guys. It was, dude, way back in the day, the three of us used to go see movies, and I enjoyed those times, and I would like to see movies with you two again. And I wanted you to know, hey, if you want to go see guys want to go see a movie, unless you want to do something that's just the two of you, which is completely fine, I would enjoy coming with you. I like hanging out with the both of you.
Well, it's very nice of you. I just found it odd because I was like, all right, do you want to come? He's like, no, I cannot.
I mean, if I had known earlier, I probably could have come. But I
was telling you at this time, so you could have. This is what I was telling you.
I understand.
I would wish you would have came. You would decide to do other things.
Well, I had already.
You had already made plans that I wasn't part of. But you wanted me. Okay, whatever. You want to be part of my plans, but I can't be part of your world.
A part of
our world. The world of Merman.
Why is everything about the Little Mermaid to you, John?
It all comes back to that.
Not everything's about the Little Mermaid.
Anyway, it would have been nice to have you in the future.
Yeah, let me know. I'm up for seeing movies with you guys.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Kevin's just like, oh gosh.
We're going to Solo tonight at midnight. You coming?
You going to see Sailor Moon? What?
Solo.
Tonight at midnight? Oh gosh.
Jurassic. I'm a big Jurassic fan.
Alan!
It just kind of hit me at the right age, I think I was like 8 or 9 years old.
Yeah, and dinosaurs like the coolest.
When the first one came out. And I'd seen a lot, I'd seen some movies before that, but they were all like, probably geared towards kids.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the science part, which is kind of ridiculous now, but when they were explaining like the science of it in the lab.
Yeah,
I remember being like,
the
DNA. This is really intelligent.
Yeah. What was
I feel like I should be writing this down or something.
It was Michael Crichton.
Yeah. But as a kid, it hit me really hard. Like, wow, this is really smart. Like, I'm an adult now watching this.
Yeah, like, you feel like, you're like, wait, adults can like dinosaurs too? What?
I then I remember almost being like, this is real. Because it was done so well. And the way they explained it. Because, you watch kids' movies, they'll have like dinosaurs, but I don't know, there's no explanation for that. Here you go, kids.
No. They just exist in this world.
But they explain it in a way that's like, this is true. This is really happening. There's dinosaurs.
Like in a way that makes it seem like, yeah, this could happen.
Exactly, yeah. And I'm a dumb kid. But I like the Jurassic movies. I think the thing with Jurassic Park, if they just made the one movie, and they never made another one, it would have been like this legendary thing that people would be like going crazy for another one.
Like if they made one Matrix or one John Wick or one Bill and Ted.
I wouldn't put the last few on the next to the Jurassic. Okay.
One Pirates of the Caribbean.
No, it's no Jurassic would have been those would have been good, but this would have been like a legendary thing. I think with the sequels, people kind of like laugh at the thing now, like, oh, the dinosaurs get loose, right? Let me guess, But I don't know. That's what it is. Like that's what Jurassic Park is. Like, what do you want them to be doing?
Yeah, like, no, the dinosaurs stay in the cages this time. Well, what's the movie about? Oh.
But no, it's a great series. I actually, leading up to this one, I watched all the previous movies, and I started Jurassic World in reverse order for some reason.
So you started with the best movie and worked your way to... I'm kidding.
And I'm like overly busy. I'm actually barely awake right now. And I can barely talk, as you maybe can hear. But so I watch it like 30 minutes a day. It's took me like a few weeks. I watched all the movies. And I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. Actually, Jurassic World I like a lot.
Yeah, the first one?
Jurassic World.
Yeah, not Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, Jurassic World.
Yes, not the Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah.
I think it's really fun. I think it's really fun. I mean, again, like all these movies and stuff, there's a lot of stuff that doesn't make sense, but it's like a perfect summer movie. Like you could smell the suntan lotion, and
you can see it on Chris Pratt.
Oh yeah, very sexy. But no, it's like a perfect summer. It's like a perfect summer movie. I love how it looks, like the colors. It's got a great look to it. It's just like big summer fun stuff. Jurassic Park 3. It's not good. It's insane. It's almost so bad it's good. It's like bizarre. It's like an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's like short.
Super short. There's like really, I don't know. It has some moments. It has a couple moments here. There's like the birdcage scene. They get into the pterodactyls with that one.
Yeah, I actually don't think I ever saw it.
Yeah, skip it. Jurassic Park 2, I think it's really good. Spielberg directed it. Very strong movie.
That was the one where Professor Ian Malcolm has to go back to get, and like his daughter sneaks in or something?
Yeah, she sneaks in and follows him, yeah. The thing I don't like about it, when they come back to America, they go to San Francisco, I believe. Mm-hmm. Vince Vaughn is a character in the movie the whole time. When they come to America, he's gone.
What? Maybe
he was stuck in customs. He's just not in the second half of the movie. He's not part of it, and they don't explain why. He's just gone.
He was off training Ryan Reynolds to be the next Vince Vaughn.
Is that right?
I have no idea, but for some reason that popped into my head.
So Vince Vaughn is just gone. And of course, the original is just, we talked about that already. It's just a great, great movie. Tremendous stuff. So the Fallen Kingdom. I saw this in IMAX 3D. I will say it is better than Jurassic Park 3. It's actually much better than that. I would put the other ones above it, all the other ones.
Fair.
It's pretty different. I mean, again, like people say it's a derivative and it's the same thing. I like when there's people on the island, and then there's dinosaurs after them, and they have to get off the island. This was like the Jurassic House or like Jurassic Mansion or something.
This is like Jurassic Evil.
I was about to say that, like a Resident Evil vibe, right? It was like a Code Veronica type thing. Even like the has like a little kid, like it's kind of, which is there's spoilers in this, right?
Oh, Frel, spoilers, guys.
So there's a kid who's like a clone or something, and at one point I thought maybe, I'm like, are they gonna make this kid like half dinosaur?
Oh, really?
That went through my head for a second. I'm like, is this kid a half hybrid dinosaur and half human? But she was a clone, so I wasn't totally off. I knew something weird was going on.
Yeah.
Then it's got the Resident Evil, like the old man. We don't know if he's like good or bad or something. I don't know. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of that in there.
Yeah, I mean, it was. Yeah, there were a few interesting things they did. There was some humor. There were some interesting characters. There were some characters they just threw in from the other movies, like, "Hey, you remember this guy? He's in the movie." Okay, thanks.
I don't like when a series, like whatever it is, comic books, whatever, movies, when you start adding like a character from the past that you never heard of.
Oh, they just bring up,
that guy. Yeah, he was there all along. I was like, what? It's like I saw 4 other movies. I'd never heard of these people.
Yeah, I'm like, I was watching. I'm like, did I forget this guy?
No, was it with Lockwood or something? Is that the name?
Yeah, Lockwood, and he worked with Hammond.
He worked with them, and he was. Yeah, don't you know that he was a part of this too? He did just as much as Hammond did.
We did the whole thing in the basement here.
It's like, well, okay, where was this guy the last 4 movies, man?
I wonder if he was in the book.
Then maybe that'd be interesting. I'd have to eat my words, but if you think about the timeline of these movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before Jurassic World, a lot happened. Like, they went to the island and stuff happened. They cleaned it up. They opened the park. It ran well for a long time. Right?
Yeah, and
until
then
Chris Pratt let the dinosaur out of the cage.
The thing that gets me, though, is they're like, oh, hey. In the beginning of the movie, they're like, uh-oh, we built Jurassic Park on an active volcano.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, because I'm sure the insurance companies would let hundreds of thousands of people come to an island that's got an active volcano on it, like you'd build a business on an island with an active volcano. And I complained about this after I saw the movie.
The Allstate agent would say no.
Because they say the whole problem, the whole premise is there's the volcano on the island's going to blow up and kill all the dinosaurs again. And what are they going to do? Let's go rescue them. Hooray. But I mentioned it to some friends of mine. They said, well, in the first movie, they did mention that it uses geothermal power. I'm like, okay, fair. But does that necessarily mean you have an active volcano? And would someone actually do this?
Well, anyway, let's go. Let's rewind a bit.
No.
So I was saying, like, there's stuff that went down. Like, so someone went to this island, like someone was in charge of this, and cleaned up the island and like opened the park, and it was successful, right?
Yep.
Like, where's this guy now? Where's this team now? Where they succeeded, where so many other people failed. That'd be like an interesting character to bring in, right? Maybe.
Like, wait, to the park after they
this happened in the timeline.
Yeah, when they made Jurassic World after Jurassic Park 3.
So who was in charge of this operation?
Well, didn't they hint that it was what's her face?
Claire?
She was high up there.
No, she just worked for the park.
Okay.
She wasn't part of the R&D team that went in there and cleaned it up.
Okay.
I'm just saying that'd be an interesting character, like the guy who succeeded, where he fixed
where what's his face failed,
where everyone failed.
Hammond, that's his name. Gosh,
everyone failed.
True.
Jurassic Park, I can storylines and everything is secondary to me. I always think of each movie by specific scenes. Obviously, the first movie. The water thing, which they exploited like crazy in the 90s. The glass of water,
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
That's iconic, though.
Oh, it's wonderful stuff. Jurassic Park 2. Got the scene in the grass where the raptors are going through the grass that people don't know, but you know. Because you're watching it and you see it.
Yep.
Jurassic Park 3, got that bird cage. It's all right.
Yeah,
Jurassic World. Oh, man, Jurassic World's got a lot of awesome stuff. Freaking my favorite's when the pterodactyls come, start grabbing the people up on the Disney boardwalk and taking them away. It's my personal favorite part. There's a lot of good ones. This one, I would say, the scene in the underwater pod. They're in like one of those pods from the previous movie.
Again, the insurance. That there would be an emergency release for if it fell in water. Go on.
And they go into the water, and the way it was shot was really cool. It's like almost like a first-person type of thing. And then Chris Pratt's got to break the glass.
Yeah,
I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was pretty good.
It was cool. I still shake my head at the
insurance,
whether that would actually be something that would happen. Like a device like that wouldn't have an emergency release. But it was a cool. The movie had a lot of cool pieces like that.
I also enjoyed them being stuck in like the storage unit with the T-Rex trying to get his blood.
These are these exciting popcorn moments.
Those are cool scenes, I like the cast a lot. Goldblum came back. The next one, I'd bring everyone back, and then that's the end of it. That's my idea. I don't know where you go. Well, we'll talk about that.
Like, you mean like Ian Malcolm and Chris Pratt and
the whole original cast and you freaking these guys, and they do something. I don't know. Yeah, the volcano which you brought up with the insurance. I don't know if you needed the volcano at all. I think the best way to approach these movies is like, if this was real, what would happen? Like, what would happen in our world if this was real? And I think people going to the island and taking dinosaurs and then trying to sell them, like, that would happen.
Yeah, though
that was a good idea.
It's cool, but I think that the fact that it's a laser guided dinosaur is the stupidest thing for one main reason. Well, okay, there's a caveat here, but dude, you aim the laser at something. You could have a gun attached to the laser and that something is dead. Now, to be fair, you can bring lasers places you can't bring guns. This is true. But it just struck me as kind of like, you're training a predator to, okay, sure, this seems like a lot of wasted steps unless you're like a rich multi-billionaire who wants a wicked cool guard dog.
Well, that was like to set up the ending thing where he dies, but they didn't really go, I don't know, it didn't really work out anyway, right? They shot something, I don't know. That whole thing was irrelevant, really. But no, I think like a plot where people go and are stealing dinosaurs is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then what if
they totally do it?
What if Chris Pratt finds out Blue was taken, and the movie's about him trying to find Blue, and it leads him to this mansion? That's like how he gets there, right?
Huh.
I don't know. I think because
like someone kidnaps Blue, and that's almost what happened. That's just a better version of what happened, is what you just
simplified. But I don't know where things go from here. Like, you get into some crazy territory with these hybrids. Hopefully they get. Yeah, and they got. It was kind of like Planet of the Apes. Now, are we going to have dinosaurs out there? I don't know how many dinosaurs were in this mansion. Thousands, apparently.
Yeah, like, seriously, how many could they actually, like, the whole premise at the beginning was, we can't save that many, it's too expensive, there's not enough ships in the world, and they're just like, we got this, sure. And, another thing, man.
They had pterodactyls in there, too.
Yeah.
How did they, what?
I don't know what they do, like, Trank one was on the ground, but dude, the Tranks in Jurassic Park 1, they're like, oh, these Tranks are so strong, if they hit you, you'll be dead before you know you got stuck. And I don't know how these tranquilizer darts don't kill everyone who gets shot by them and still take the dinosaurs out.
How much feces would be in that basement?
Oh. Dude, to quote a very intelligent man, very classy, do not go in there. Woo!
So yeah, you get some crazy stuff, clones, people, and you got hybrids, and you got dinosaurs all over the world, apparently. I don't know, I'm curious to see where it goes. We'll see.
Yeah,
It did really well. It did better than they thought it would do.
I mean, I still think it's a fun movie, very entertaining, kind of stupid.
Yeah, it sums up a lot of them, I think, but
you don't go, like, after, like, you go to Jurassic Park 1 to see a really cool, intelligent movie. At this point, this is what, the fifth in the series? The fifth in the series, just go have fun. It's a popcorn flick. But I have to tell you,
I had a good time.
At the Alamo, yes. They have silly dishes for the movies. You know what they have for Jurassic Park?
Dinosaur meat.
Triceratops.
Oh, man.
Right? How cool is that?
I rate that step below the sneaking into America ride.
Everyone's a critic.
Yeah.
Apparently, I'm bad.
Luke Cage is out now. Have you seen the Luke Cage?
I have to watch Punisher, Jessica Jones Season 2, and then Luke Cage Season 2.
You're never getting there.
Look, man, if they don't invite me, man, that's horrible. But it's weird. Like, I watched through every show they showed me. How
did they invited anyone? I didn't get anything for Luke Cage. Any invite?
Nah. Well, I didn't get one for Luke Cage. I didn't get one for Ant-Man. Maybe they're doing the same thing to you they do to me now.
I think you're not paying your bills. What I think.
Bill, I could log into Marvel Unlimited right frelling now.
Very nice. Yeah, the Marvel TV, I don't know, it's kind of lost a little bit of its luster. I think at first it was like, I gotta watch this to see, what happens, and like, is it connected to the movies in some way? And it's kind of not. Kind of know that now. It is what it isn't. So the analogy I like to tell people usually like, and I'll try not to screw this up here on the live program here. But it's kind of like if you're, let's say there's a guy who's dating this girl, and he always goes around, he tells everyone he's dating her how great she is, how in love they are.
Mm-hmm.
But then on her side of things, she never tells anyone they're together. No one at her job even knows the guy exists. And, you wouldn't even think they're together, according to her. Kind of like the Marvel TV and the movies. Like the TV's kind of like references them all the time. The movies all the time.
But they never actually...
The movies never actually, reciprocate. It's kind of loosely tied together at this point. But I look forward to the Luke Cage. I'm going to check it out.
I think it's going to be good. I mean, the first one was really good.
The new Spider-Man movie's been announced. Do you know the title of it? Can I tell you that as a spoiler?
It's okay. But I do want to point out I can log into Marvel Unlimited, so meh.
So what was it? A message. I don't know.
I'm going to have to, yeah. But what's it called?
Why don't you guess the name of the new Spider-Man?
Okay, the previous one was Homecoming.
Yeah.
It's either going to be...
It'd be weird if you got it. It'd be really strange. I don't think it's possible, though.
Okay, let me think about this.
It's not really easy to do.
The previous one was Homecoming. It's either going to be Spring Break, Finals, or Graduation.
That's what a lot of people thought. It's Spider-Man Far From Home.
Oh, right. Isn't he in space now? No, he came back.
Technically, he's dead, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, right.
Maybe he's in the afterlife. That's Far From Home. It appears that the villain will be Mysterio. Are you excited about the Mysterio?
Is it Mysterio or Rey Mysterio Jr.?
The combination would be great. It appears that Jake Gyllenhaal may be Mysterio.
Which
I think is good. Which I think is a good choice. Have you been keeping up with this Disney Fox stuff? Comcast, the triangle, the love triangle.
I know that Comcast Comcast outbid Fox a few weeks ago.
Outbid Disney?
Yeah, Disney for Fox.
Do you feel the wrong evil corporation is buying the evil corporation?
Yes. But I feel like no matter who wins, we lose. It's Aliens versus Predator.
So we all lost, yeah. That movie. So let's see, there's a bit of a timeline here. So this is from December 14th, 2017. Disney has acquired 21st Century Fox's film and TV studios, a landmark deal worth over $52 billion. $52 billion December 14th, Johnny.
That's a lot.
Then we fast forward to June 13th, 2018. After weeks of threatening to do so, Comcast is making a play at 21st Century Fox's TV and film assets, hoping to derail Disney's pending stock-based $52.4 billion deal with Fox. Comcast is stepping in with a higher all-cash offer for $35 per share, which totals approximately $65 billion.
That's insane.
So they had $65 billion in cash, where Disney was $52. It's stock options. Which one do you want to take?
I mean, they're both evil. I'd only want... the only reason I would want Disney to get it is so we get Marvel owning Marvel's things again.
Comcast is pretty bad.
Comcast is the worst. Like, I'm pretty against... I mean, Disney is Disney, man. Disney gonna do what Disney gonna do. I mean, if Disney gets Disney's got Marvel, man, so they're gonna keep those copyrights alive forever. But like Comcast, they're the company that cheats you on your cable bill, pulls all sorts of shenanigans, lobbies to make it illegal for municipalities to have their own internet. Well, or allegedly.
Is there anyone worse than Comcast? Walmart?
AT&T?
How are they worse? Comcast is the worst. Come on.
Verizon?
Verizon's not worse.
Yeah, I think Comcast is probably wasn't
cable
legitimately
company,
voted. Wasn't Comcast legitimately voted the most hated company in America several times?
I think so.
They beat Walmart. They beat AT&T.
Yeah. All right, so now we're at June 20th, 2018.
Oh boy.
Disney has officially upped its offer. The purchase of 21st Century Fox. Did you know this?
No.
It's now offering to purchase film and TV assets of Fox at the price of $38 per share, or roughly $71.3 billion, which is a drastic increase from the company's original $52.4 billion. So there you go. And then,
the
final update I have, which was June 27th, which is today. Disney wins antitrust approval to acquire 21st Century Fox.
Oh, no.
Disney has cleared a key hurdle in its bid to acquire 21st Century Fox. Company has won antitrust approval from the Justice Department. They're all great people there. Albeit with one condition. The Justice Department required that Disney divest Fox's regional sports networks, as they would create anti-competitive conflicts due to Disney's ownership of ESPN. Disney has agreed to the conditions.
Wow.
Boom. It appears it's over.
I don't know how I feel about this. Now it's up to Comcast to see if they're going to ante up, huh?
Well, it's just Comcast will likely make another bid as well, but the fact that Disney has secured U.S. antitrust approval for the deal will likely help its efforts, given that such a regulatory approval will let the sale go all the smoother. So we're stepping closer.
So are you saying we can finally get the X-Men movie I always wanted?
Perhaps, I don't know.
I mean, First Class was good.
That's your
Days of Future
favorite?
Past was good.
That's
No.
your favorite?
My favorite was when I was a young kid who watched the first X-Men movie and went, oh my gosh! Wow, they really tread on Cyclops there, but oh my gosh!
I think they'll do a good job with Cyclops in the MCU. I think they kind of have to.
I mean,
and they want to do like the Solo movie, like, not Solo the movie, but because that didn't do well, but like a Cyclops alone movie.
You think they do that?
They would want to.
You really think so?
I think their plan would be like to get as many spin-offs as you possibly can, and
Wait, you mean wait? Are you saying they're gonna make like individual X-Men movies and then make the X-Men once they're a team together?
I don't have any inside information on this, John. I don't know if you knew that, but maybe, I don't know.
Oh no, I'm just saying, like, is that what you're guessing?
I would assume that they would want to make as much money as possible, which means the most movies as possible. So,
because you could do, like, there's a few.
Get your hopes up here. I mean,
there's a few ways you could pull that off, but think of the original X-Men cast, right? I mean, like in the comics, Beast, Jean, Cyclops, Iceman, and who's the fifth one again?
Angel.
Derp. Like, solo movies for all of those guys, first of all, when they're teenagers, you can't do that. It's just going to be another awkward teenager getting powers movie, and 5 of them, so they can't pull it that way. But when you get to, like, the 90s, like, you could easily do like a Cyclops movie, a Psylocke movie. I don't know what you do for Nightcrawler, because he doesn't really do any,
movie.
Yeah, that's not a really good children's film.
I would actually do the original, the original 5 in a movie, and then Wolverine's a separate movie.
Yep.
And then you kind of bring him in. We talked about this before.
Yeah, we did. Well, you could also bring in, I mean, if you could do what they did in the comics, where they brought in all the international heroes.
Here's an idea. Fantastic Four.
But not
directed by the dude that did Incredibles. The same guy who did both Incredibles movies. I think his name is Bird or something like that.
Yeah, but John, nobody likes repeating
Bird?
themselves.
Brad Bird? I think it's his name.
Brad Bird, yeah.
I would have him give him the Fantastic Four. Let him go to work. Some other news here. Spawn movie will be directed by Todd McFarlane. Very excited about that. The creator of Spawn. Big
That's
Spawn guy.
Great. But the thing is, now, has Todd McFarlane directed a movie before?
I don't think so.
I hope he doesn't pull a Stephen King.
You can do it. I'm sure he'll have some helpers.
Okay.
Spawn will be played by Mr. Jamie Foxx, which I think is a good get.
Sure. Dude, you saw him in Django.
Yeah, I think it's pretty legit.
Yeah, guy's got chops.
So it shows it's gonna be a pretty ridiculous movie. Let's drink some water here.
I could tell.
Let's take a shower. This is news that just broke. My sources have informed me. Are you a fan of Morbius, the living vampire? Do you know much about him?
I've seen him in some
Spider-Man,
in like a few comics,
series.
like and just kind of in other people's comics.
This is a coup here. They're doing a Morbius movie. Sony's crazy. They're doing this Venom movie. Have you seen the trailer for that?
No, it makes me sad.
Tom Hardy, which is a good cast, but good casting.
Yeah, but
they have casted Morbius for doing a Morbius movie, which is weird. But Morbius will be played by Jared Leto, coming over from the DCU.
I could see that.
He'll be Morbius, which I think is an awesome casting too. But I wish this was part of the MCU, right? Imagine it's like Tom Hardy's Venom with Tom Holland and Spider-Man and all that. And the Morbius comes in a few years later, but I don't know, Morbius movie. There you go. And then I think we spoke about Cyclops and James Marsden. I've been watching him in Westworld. It's good in that show.
Yeah, like when I first saw it, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's him! It's him!
He'll be appearing in the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, apparently.
Whoa, step back, step back. Stop. Whoa, hold on there, kid. The what movie?
Some sort of a weird Sonic the Hedgehog movie where there's real actors in it as well.
Wait, they didn't cancel that? They're actually making that movie?
Yeah, James Marsden's in it. You guys can look this up. I just give you a little taste of the news. You guys can look this up.
The
show. We don't go too deep because we don't know anything. We just give.
I know, loud man.
We just give you the headline,
Okay.
And there you go, man. That's the news. I think before we wrap it up here, we're going to check on our good pal, the Dr. Senator, Terrence P. Murphy.
Ooh, what's he got?
I'm going to read his little letter here. I'm part of the newsletter from the... We're going to do a newsletter. That was our opening of the show.
Oh, closing it up perfectly.
About 3 hours ago.
Meh.
So I'm going to read this letter here with the little voice I have left. Does it sound weird to you, or am I all right?
No, you sound fine.
Really?
Yeah, but I sound like this.
I have a lot of pain going on.
Do you like
Let's go through the list of complaints.
Okay.
Very tired. My voice is hurting me. I believe I have some sort of a wisdom tooth issue going on, which is very painful. I still have my wisdom teeth and every I'm taken out. Never really bothered me until recently, maybe the last couple of weeks. One of them did come in. It's a weird tooth.
Huh.
It's annoying to chew with because stuff gets stuck in it.
Ooh.
And I think that's about it. I'm doing all right, though. I'll be okay. Doing our best here. Keep it together.
Hang in there, man.
Actually, there's this girl, it's the summer. They have like different people coming in for the summer, work in the office.
Mm-hmm.
And, there's this girl. I don't know. Maybe she's going to college or something. I have no idea. But one day she's like, how's it going? I'm like, going all right. And then I mentioned, I have some sort of a wisdom tooth issue. I don't know why I told her that. This was like the first time we ever met. Or maybe the second time.
Hi, my name is John. I have a wisdom tooth issue.
Well, she started the conversation. I didn't start it.
Sure. But you sure finished it.
So then she goes, really? At your age?
Oh!
And I was just like, yeah, I never got them taken out. I was fine with it. Yeah, she said it in a concerned way. It wasn't like, oh, it was just like, really, at your age? Yeah. Like, you should. I wish you shouldn't have that. Like, I'm sorry. It was like, I had that in her voice, like, I'm sorry to hear that.
She knows what she did.
Well, I was fine with it. It's all good. It's all good. She likes me a lot. Don't worry.
Okay.
All right. So the Dr. Senator, Terrence P. Murphy. What can I say about him? Let's kind of set this up here. I really enjoy reading these because I was trying to think why I like it so much. And the reason is because when I came to the conclusion is that because it's really not entertaining in any way or funny, but we still do it. And, a sense that makes it funny to me.
Okay, sure.
All right.
Go with that.
So this is a controversial letter from Mr. Terrence P. Murphy. The title of the email, Local Roads Matter. Local roads matter. And I thought that was in poor taste to use that slogan just for like anything, right?
Yeah.
Is that accurate?
I don't think, it's all subjective, but I don't think you're wrong.
It's not completely, like, acceptable.
Yeah.
But, the Dr. Senator, does what he does.
Okay.
He can't, won't, oughtn't, and shouldn't. Or I don't know, whatever. He says friends and neighbors. He should just say neighbors. Now he says friends and neighbors. I crisscross the 40th Senate District every week. I want to give him kind of a pouty voice, okay?
Okay.
And I know all too well the poor condition of our roads. Anytime you see snow plows in April, you just know the pothole situation is going to be a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
While the interstates have been patched a bit, driving on local roads is like navigating a war zone. That's a little bit of
a bit much.
Hyperbole there. Hyperbole, there's the word. Every few yards, you're afraid of either shredding a tire, being hit by someone else, weaving around a pothole in their own path, or being hit by someone else weaving around the pothole. Do you think he writes these himself?
I think his staff is probably heavily involved.
Why are you saying that?
Because they have staff for a reason?
You're trying to defend him.
No, because keep in mind, his staff let this go through, so...
You don't think he knows it exists at all?
No, I'm saying he may have written it, but his staff certainly approved it.
I've said it before, and it bears repeating. Local roads matter. He's doubling down on this phrase. You've said it before, and it bears repeating. Everyone should repeat that. Local roads take our children to school, our seniors to their doctors, and customers to your business.
I just pictured a road with a big smiley face, like a big googly eyes, holding hands with a child walking it to school.
Yeah, the road does it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like we need health care for the adults to take the kids to the school or,
Mm-hmm.
God forbid the kid gets something in the school, sickness or something. Let's focus on the road conditions. As your local highway and public works departments know, every year, funds known as CHIPS, stands for the Consolidated Local Street and Highway Improvement Program, are distributed to countries and local municipalities for the sole purpose of making much-needed road repairs, especially in the spring, and especially potholes. Are you familiar with the CHIPS phrase?
Never heard of it before in my life.
In this year's state budget, we successfully restored the Extreme Winter Recovery Program, which provides our local highway departments with additional funds to fix these potholes. To that end, I'm very happy to let you know, this year I have secured $228,000 to help fix the roads in the town, and an additional $29,000 for the village. I am proud to work with anyone, regardless of party, to do the good work necessary to keep your family safe and ensure that everyone has an opportunity to succeed. You elected me as your senator to get this job done, and that's exactly what I'm focused on. Wishing you the best. Terrence P. Murphy. There we go.
Huh. So...
Are you impressed?
I mean, I guess the summer is when he really cares about the roads in the winter. But you have to care about them at some point, and you can't do anything about them in the winter, so yeah, it makes sense.
There's a one-man army out there.
I'm a one-man apocalypse.
Well, there's a show, friends. I'm ready to collapse here.
Are you okay, John?
Yeah, I got to get on a better schedule of things, maybe. This was a good, eye-opening experience. I'm glad we did it. I had fun. And,
me too. I had fun as well. I did want to say just a quick thing. So, yesterday, I was pretty exhausted, really tired. Like, it took all the energy that I had in my body to put a container of microwavable Costco pulled pork in the microwave to cook it, and to microwave a thing of like frozen vegetables. Like that felt like an accomplishment for me. Like that took so much. It felt like it took so much more effort. I mean, if you're really exhausted, just even one little thing like that. And then when I was done, here's the thing though. I ate dinner, whatever. I was still hungry. It was about 9:00. A friend of mine had come over and we were working on doing some preparation for some for a game, and I was like, it's 9:00. I could walk to the ice cream store right now and just buy some ice cream. And like I got to the point where I had one shoe on my foot and the other one in my hand, and I just stood there on the stairs waffling. Like, I could just go get the ice cream, I'll get a little exercise, I'll go for a walk, and then I get ice cream. It's a win-win. And I just stopped myself, and I'm like, I don't know, just something clicked. I was listening to music on my, and then I just stopped. Like, okay, no, I can't do this right now. So I stopped, and I walked into the kitchen, and I'm like, fine, you know what? I'll do the dishes, and I'll have a drink instead of a snack. I ended up doing the dishes, and I went, okay, you know what? Forget this. I just went upstairs. I'm like, I'm just going to play video games. Got on the stupid bike and played 20XX for another, hour. But the thing was, this is the same situation that's happened on a number of nights. I mean, not necessarily go get ice cream, but, similar stuff. Like, go eat a horrible snack. And most of the time it goes the other way. Like, this is rough, man. But the one time, you just do something, like, even if you're exhausted, you just do something that you ought to do once, and I'm hoping it makes it easier for the next time, because, for those of you who saw Participant, I've gained a lot of weight since you last saw me, so, it's not been easy, but first of all, seeing my stomach in that video helped a lot.
Really? You didn't think you looked good in it?
I don't know. My hair, the top, my hair's thinning a lot, and
what are you trying to be here?
Looking at my legs.
You trying to be modest here?
No, but you know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know. I just felt really good after yesterday. So if you're in a rut, like I said before, either do one positive thing, which might chain into more, or just do one thing that you might hate then, but you'll feel good about later. I don't know. We'll have to see. You know what? We'll check in next month and see if I'm in a better spot, or if I've walked to the grocery store to eat ice cream, or had them deliver ice cream to me without leaving the house. But
I thought you gained the weight for the role.
yes, we're going to go with that. I let my house get dirty for the role too. That's
all right. So
that's what we're going with.
So you're saying that you'd like to be held accountable here on the show? Like you want us to check in? I don't think any viewer wants to hear this, but I'll do it. It's never stopped us before. We'll keep like a what do you want it to be? Like a scale thing or what?
I don't know. I mean, I could just tell you whether or not I weigh more or less next time we meet. It doesn't have to be a big thing.
We don't have to do an exact weight.
If I know that I'm doing better.
All right. Well, here's the thing. You have to come up with a goal. Like by this point, X amount of pounds or something. Okay. And then what we could do is every show, how much are we talking here? Yeah. What was it? Yeah, I guess we'll figure something out. That's something you want to do. I don't care, but that wasn't what I was getting at all. That's what it seemed like today. No, I didn't even think of that. That's actually a really good idea. If you want to do that, and then then if you could be lying, I guess, but I don't think you would. And then we could try to keep you motivated here. All right, it's worth a shot for me because you have to face the show. If you didn't do what you're supposed to. I know things can be crazy enough when I have done what I'm supposed to. So I don't even want to dream about it. Based on today's program, we obviously need things to talk about because I don't know what some of this was. But what are you talking about? Today was great, dude. I thought this was really good. Don't all of you out there agree? No, I don't know. Oh, some of them are better than others. We've done many of them. It's it's just how it goes. No, if you want to do that, it's totally cool, man. You got to come up with. You have to come up with a certain amount. We want. I think it's safe to lose 2.5 pounds in a month. That's not much. I know it's not much, but it's supposed to be a slow process. That's not a good goal, John. A goal? Like what? I'm supposed to say I'm supposed to be 5 pounds lighter by the next show? All right, we'll do 2.5. And then we'll do 5 from the next one if it goes. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want it to be. All right, that's fair. Try to see if you can do it. Yeah, good idea. I didn't even think of this, but thank you. We'll hold you accountable here. We need some accountability. Okay. For once. For once, I will be held accountable for something. I think it's going to wrap us up, man. I'll be back next time. I don't know. I apologize to everyone out there. I just didn't have it together today. I don't understand. I've been having a blast. So OJ was great. OJ was great. OJ was great. It's all me. But again, thanks for everyone checking out the stuff. Yeah, it's been a good month for us. I think really good. Yeah. And we move on from here. Johnny, take it away. Go ahead. All right, everyone. I would like to thank you for listening to the show, the best in free and optional entertainment. I have been OJ. This has been John Rambo. Thank you for tuning in. We hope to hear you again soon, and we hope you understand what the phrase tune in actually refers to. Cheers.
This has been a presentation of StayBallsy.com. I apologize for what you may have witnessed and wish you a speedy recovery. Just remember, stay ballsy. Don't take any shit from anyone.